Hi everybody, my name is Scott Walls. For over 25 years, I've deployed ERP applications for some of the world's largest organizations. During that time, I've taught thousands of people just like you how to discover, use, deploy, and support Oracle's back office applications. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about Oracle Cloud's Procurement Cloud offering and its different applications. Please note that this lesson is part of the Introduction to Procurement course found within the Procurement functional area of the Discover menus. But before we get started, did you know that you could earn free Discovery badges for display on your LinkedIn profile just by watching videos like this one? You can. Stay until the end of this video and I'll show you how. Okay, so let's get started. Key topics for this lesson are as follows. What is Procurement Cloud? Procurement Cloud All Apps. Procurement Cloud Each Application, so that's 8 different slides. When each application is used. Popular integrations. Leveraging OBN, which stands for Oracle Business Network. And the value of Procurement Cloud applications. First topic, what is Procurement Cloud? Oracle's Procurement Cloud offering allows public and private organizations to automate their purchasing, so rec, order, receive, and agree, and sourcing, register, qualify, source, and contract processes, streamlining routine tasks while enforcing compliance at every step. So you can see down here, I again have separated the purchasing processes, those are highlighted in fuchsia, from the sourcing processes, those are highlighted in blue. Second topic, Procurement Cloud All Apps with an honorable mention. So you can see the homepage or the functional area for procurement. You can see all the apps there. And if you marry them up to the apps in this box, you notice there's one extra one. So let's kind of walk through. We have purchase requisitions, purchase agreements, purchase orders, my receipts, negotiations, sometimes also called sourcing, contracts, suppliers, supplier qualifications, and then one extra one that you don't see called supplier registration. And that's simply because it doesn't have an icon per se like this, because it's not accessed through the application. It's a publicly facing page. Okay, so now we're going to walk through the Procurement Cloud application starting with requisitions. So you can see the image on the right, you can see the icon below, and purchase requisitions allow you to create, manage, approve, view, and change requisitions. Next up, agreements. So purchase agreements are the representation of a paper contract within Fusion or Oracle Cloud. Purchase agreements allow you, or that particular section allows you to create POs, update POs, to create agreements, to view existing agreements, to change existing agreements. Those do have change order functionality, to manage the deliverables associated with contracts or agreements, to research suppliers, particularly around seeing different qualifications and criteria for suppliers, and then also to perform some level of setup. Next up, purchase orders. So you'll see purchase orders are very similar to purchase agreements. Here you can create purchase orders, update purchase orders, create agreements, change existing agreements, view existing agreements, manage deliverables. So those are the compliance, contract or sourcing compliance activities, research suppliers, and perform setup. Next, my receipts. So my receipts is simply a receiving function. You can create receipts and manage receipts there. Next, negotiations. So negotiations allows you to create programs. So these are kind of aggregate objectives around sourcing events. You can create negotiations, manage negotiations. You can collaborate with them. You can enter bids or responses. You can create deliverables, manage deliverables. You can create agreements, orders, and contracts as well. Next up, catalogs. So we also call this PNC or pre-negotiated content because you can do so much more than a local catalog or a punch-out catalog. But you can create catalogs. So the two I mentioned, local and punch. You can also add information catalogs. You can create SmartForms, which are like the non-catalog request with different values, and customize or defaulted values or limited purchase categories. You can also create information templates. Those are very popular when you want to add extra or groups of extra fields to SmartForms. Then you can manage the PCCH, which is the Procurement Catalog Category Hierarchy. Manage content zones, banners or news lists, shopping lists, or content maps. Next up, suppliers. So suppliers allows you to create suppliers, work supplier contacts. You can perform internal registration. You can manage external registration. You can manage suppliers or contacts. And you can merge suppliers who have merged externally. Next, qualifications. So this says supplier qualifications, but qualifications are more binary values about a supplier, where assessments are more scored values about a supplier. Initiatives are the animal that sends the qualification or an assessment request out to the supplier or internally to be completed. So qualifications allows you to create and manage initiatives, manage quals, manage assessments, manage questions, which are the lifeblood of getting those answers for assessments and qualification, as well as research suppliers, particularly around what the values of all the suppliers for this qualification or all the qualifications for that supplier. Okay, and last, registration. So this is the one we talked about. This is not an internal, it's a publicly facing page, but quite simply, it's a page that's part of Procurement Cloud that allows suppliers to register or request a supplier account in their customer, your procurement, their application. Okay, so topic 4, when is each application used? So this is really the same "you are here," if you will, slide that we use pretty consistently across all of Fusion Procurement Cloud, what we call FPC. And it just talks about purchasing services, so the ability to find and leverage pre-negotiated content on the top. And then when no item is found, you see on the middle right a non-catalog request that initiates sourcing services along the bottom. Next up, popular cloud-based service integrations. So OBN is really good. It allows different ERPs to exchange documents. Think about it almost like VAR for EDI. One party will send an outbound PO, it becomes the inbound order, sales order, and same with invoicing, bill, etc. And so we're seeing more and more Amazon. It's a little bit more complicated, but we do start to see it now. Office Depot, Staples, HP are common punch-out integrations. And then, of course, my favorite, DocuSign for contract signature. Talk a little bit more here about leveraging OBN. Just give a small example. Really what we're talking about is that inside of Fusion, licensee can do some shopping. We don't advocate it, but you could connect to see content catalogs. We would connect directly. It's just one less point of failure. But you can take the cart back, go to a PO, use OBN to send it. It goes into, let's say, Amazon or somebody else. They then may send back some kind of confirmation. You may then send back, or rather, they may also send an ASN. They may send you an invoice, which you may inbound, etc. So it's just a network that transmits transactions back and forth. And then lastly, the value of Procurement Cloud. So we've talked about this. We have a whole separate slice of creating value, but really what these procurement applications do is they focus on decreasing unit costs, increasing productivity. We hear a lot about self-service, right? Supplier self-service or requester self-service. They increase productivity and then they decrease counterparty risk. Okay, so that's it for the Procurement Cloud video. You should now understand what it is, the apps contained within it, popular integrations, how it interacts with or how you can leverage OBN, and then a little bit about its value. If you don't understand, then feel free to rewind, go back, watch it again. It's free. But if you do, congratulations. It's time to move on to the next lesson or course. So that's it for this presentation, but hopefully just the beginning of your learning journey. There are thousands of free videos just like this one. Remember, better content, better skills, better income, better life. We want to help you get 1% better every day. Okay, as promised, here are the 5 steps you can perform today to start earning free badges for your LinkedIn profile. Step 1, navigate to Panameer.com and either sign in or join now. It's free. Step 2, in the upper left, under the Discover menu, select the course that you want to watch and get badged for. Step 3, watch all of the different video lessons
in that course. Step 4, when it's complete, send your LinkedIn profile and the course you watched and your user ID to badges@panameer.com. And then sit back and wait for step 5 when we attach a badge to your LinkedIn profile.